GloRilla just got out of prison, and according to reports, the very first thing she asked about was Yo Gotti and Angela Simmons. Yeah, you heard me right. Her first words weren't about family, weren't about celebration, weren't even about freedom. It was about Yo Gotti supposedly meeting Angela Simmons behind her back. Now this is a story that mixes music, love, and drama. So we're gonna break down what happened, why it matters, and what it could mean moving forward for GloRilla, Yo Gotti, Angela Simmons, and even the CMG camp as a whole. So grab a seat because this one's about to get interesting. To really understand why this story is catching so much attention, we've got to rewind a little bit and talk about GloRilla's situation. She rose to fame incredibly fast after the success of her breakout single FNF, Let's Go, which went viral and turned her into one of the hottest new voices in rap. She signed with Yo Gotti's CMG label, had hit records, major features, and became a name everyone wanted to collaborate with. But like a lot of young stars in hip-hop, fame came with challenges, the spotlight, the pressure, and of course, legal issues. When GloRilla ended up doing time, it wasn't just a personal setback, it was also a pause on her career momentum. Fans were waiting for her return, and the industry was curious about what kind of mindset she'd have once she came home. Now, while GloRilla was away, Yo Gotti's personal life became a headline of its own. If you remember, Yo Gotti famously let it be known for years that he had a crush on Angela Simmons. He even rapped about it in songs, saying he had his eyes on her long before they were officially together. Fast forward, and in late 2022 and into 2023, Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti actually started dating publicly. They've been posting each other on social media, taking trips, going out, and showing love in front of the world. For Gotti, this was like a dream fulfilled. For Angela, it was a fresh start with someone she clearly trusted and connected with. But for people watching from the sidelines, not everybody was cheering. Some fans, and apparently even some folks inside CMG, felt a type of way about how that relationship played out. And here's where the story takes a turn. When GloRilla finally got released, the first thing she reportedly asked wasn't about her music or what the label had planned for her comeback. Instead, she wanted to know, did you meet Angela Simmons behind my back? That's heavy because it shows she felt like something was going on while she wasn't around. Like she was left out of an important situation that involved her mentor and label head. Now, the phrasing of that question makes it sound personal. It's not just curiosity, it's suspicion. It's the kind of thing you ask when you feel like loyalty was tested while you were gone. When this rumor hit social media, people went crazy. Some fans were laughing, saying GloRilla came out ready for drama the moment she stepped outside those prison doors. Others were more sympathetic, suggesting that being locked up probably left her with a lot of time to think about who was really in her corner. And then there's the group who thinks she's focusing on the wrong thing, that instead of asking about Yo Gotti and Angela Simmons, she should be locked in on rebuilding her career, making new music, and cashing in on the momentum of her release. But whichever side you're on, you can't deny that her first question set the internet on fire. What makes this even messier is the dynamic between everyone involved. Yo Gotti isn't just another rapper to GloRilla. He's her label boss, the man who gave her a major platform and helped elevate her career. Angela Simmons isn't just a random person either. She's a public figure with her own legacy, and she's been tied to hip-hop for years through her family and her own ventures. So when you mix business, mentorship, personal feelings, and romantic relationships, it's no surprise things can get complicated. The music industry has always had situations where personal and professional lives cross paths, and usually that leads to tension. But for this to be GloRilla's first thought out of prison, that makes it feel even more raw. So the real question is, why does GloRilla care so much about Yo Gotti and Angela Simmons? Was there something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about? Did she feel like Gotti's focus on his new relationship left her unsupported while she was locked up? Or is this more about loyalty and communication than anything else? Because if Glo really felt blindsided, then to her, it's not just about romance, it's about respect. Being in prison can make you question everything. Your friendships, your family, and who's really got your back. And for Glo, clearly this was something that weighed heavy enough on her mind that it became her first concern when she got out. This also raises another point. What does this mean for CMG as a label? Yo Gotti has built CMG into one of the strongest crews in the game, with artists like Moneybagg Yo, 42 Dugg, ESDG, and of course, GloRilla. But when you've got personal drama between the boss and one of the rising stars, that can spill over into the music, into collaborations, and even into the public image of the camp. The last thing Gotti probably wants is for his artists to feel like his personal choices are creating divides. But the more this conversation picks up online, the harder it becomes to keep things private. And then there's Angela Simmons herself. Angela has been living her life, building her businesses, raising her son, and staying active in the fashion and entertainment world. From her perspective, she probably didn't expect to get caught up in label drama at all. But by being with Yo Gotti, she's automatically connected to his world, which includes his artists and his reputation. So whether she likes it or not, this story puts her in the middle of a conversation she probably never asked to be a part of. The bigger takeaway here might be about trust and how important it is in hip-hop circles. When an artist signs to a label, especially when it's more like a family situation like CMG, there's an unspoken bond that goes beyond just contracts and money. Artists look to their label heads for guidance, for protection, for loyalty. And if at any point that loyalty feels shaky, it can create cracks in the foundation. For GloRilla to call this out immediately after her release, it says a lot about where her head is at. It tells us that she's not just worried about music, she's worried about relationships and whether or not people have been moving behind her back. That type of mindset is understandable, but it can also be dangerous if it starts affecting how the team moves together. So what happens now? Well, for GloRilla, she's got an opportunity to make one of the biggest comebacks of her career. She's free, she's still got a fan base waiting for her, and she's signed to a label that has the resources to put her right back on top. The only thing standing in her way might be herself. If she can set aside the drama and focus on her music, she could easily dominate the charts again. But if the drama becomes the focus, then her freedom might not be the fresh start it should be. For Yo Gotti, this is a test of leadership. Can he balance his personal relationship with Angela Simmons and still keep his artists feeling supported and respected? Or will this tension grow into something bigger inside CMG? And for Angela Simmons, the best move might just be to stay quiet and let the music speak for itself. She didn't sign up for this mess, and the less she engages, the faster it'll pass. At the end of the day, hip-hop is built on stories like this. Love, loyalty, betrayal, success, and drama. It all plays out in real time, and the fans are always watching. Whether GloRilla's first words out of prison were a real concern or just a moment of raw emotion, the fact that it's become such a big topic tells you how invested people are in her journey and in the CMG family as a whole. So we'll be keeping a close eye on this because something tells me this isn't the last we'll hear about it. But I want to know what you think. Is GloRilla wrong for pressing Yo Gotti about Angela Simmons? Or do you think she has every right to demand answers? Drop your thoughts down in the comments, smash that like button if you enjoyed the breakdown, and don't forget to subscribe for more hip-hop news and deep dives like this.